Okay, Christina, Tina Tom L of Kryptonian Cosplay.
That's me.
Welcome to the first episode of the Cosplay Couch.
Okay.
Thank you for being the first volunteer.
The Cosplay Couch.
It was either you or Johnny, and Johnny's so busy, but I was like, Christina will love to do it.
Sure, like I'm not busy. Or I should be busy.
Okay.
But I'm not.
Is there anything you want to say before we start?
No, don't think so.
Okay. You have a lovely home, by the way.
Thank you.
I love all this.
Pretty sweet. We got some nerdy stuff everywhere.
I'm so sad because like it just has your Stitch thing and your Tenchi stuff, and just, all your stuff is just above camera shot.
I know. Sorry. Sorry.
It's all good.
It's all cool though.
Okay, so how did you start cosplay? Like the very, very beginning.
The very, very beginning was I think it was when I went to Distant Worlds concert in Brooklyn, New York. It was the first time in 2 years the Distant Worlds concert, which is all Final Fantasy music for people who don't know what that is, but it was the first time they came back to the United States in 2 years, and it was the actual symphony orchestra that Distant Worlds has, and Nobuo Uematsu was there. I saw him. He was sitting in my row. It was pretty dope. But I was like, I'm going to dress like Squall. So I did. All I had was a pair of like leather pants and a leather jacket I found at the thrift store that I sewed a little like fur boa on and called it a day.
Do you still have that?
I do. Somewhere. Alright, I think I got rid of the jacket because the jacket doesn't fit me anymore. Yeah. But I think my little sister has the jacket actually.
Like what is the oldest cosplay prop you have?
The oldest cosplay prop I have still, let's see. My earrings from Silver Banshee. I still have those.
Nice.
I should put them on. That'd be funny.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Silver Banshee was like my first big cosplay that I did. I did it at New York City Comic Con and literally was just like a black turtleneck shirt and a pair of black pants or white pants with like the black stockings so I could actually make her costume. Right. It was completely pieced together, which is nothing wrong with that. But my friend did my makeup of her.
Right.
I still have her wig too. I wear it when I'm Mrs. Claus. It's just ratty and terrible now because it's like 10 years old, but...
Did people recognize you? As
Silver Banshee, totally. Yeah. Because like her face paint is very iconic. Right. So, yeah.
That's awesome. How long have you been cosplaying? Because I've known you for a couple of years, but like it's about to be a decade.
It's about to be 10 years that I've been cosplaying.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Years. When I think about it, I'm like, holy cow! Yeah, that's been a long time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so I was gonna jump into this big question, but we can stay here. Is there ever been a moment where you like cosplay something, you're like, no one's gonna recognize me because it's so like out of the way or whatever, and then you walk in and someone goes, oh my god, you're you! Because I remember I was Delson one time, and I got no comments, and then we were leaving, someone goes, nice Delson! And I was just like, yes.
I mean, it comes with the territory when you do, like, original characters or takes on characters. Like, I did a crossover of Supergirl and Gambit, and I had a lot of, like, whoa, what's that?
Right.
And, like, a few people were like, are you Superboy from... like the new Superboy? And I'm like, no, I decided to do a crossover. I'm Supergirl, but I stole Gambit's look. And like a Rogue and Gambit walked by and Rogue was like this. And I'm like, I took your boyfriend's jacket. And she's like, I knew it looked familiar. Like it was really funny, but.
That's nice.
Yeah. Then like, of course, Jedi Barbie, like.
So out of the way.
Everybody knows. Everybody around here knows what I'm doing, but like, I went to Katsucon and nobody was like, what is that? What is that? One person was like, are you a pink Jedi? And I was like, I'm Jedi Barbie.
Oh my god.
And then he just died of laughter.
Just like I did.
Yes. And then the other one, of course, is my my Kara Zor-El as a Jedi.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are like, super Jedi. And then like this one person was like, no, it's Kara Zor-El as if she was a Jedi. And I'm like, that person's my new best friend. Because they knew exactly what I was doing. I do have a lot of people like go, oh my god, you're from Organization 13. I can't remember which one you are, but you're one of them. And I'm like, very good. That's awesome. We all have very iconic hair, I know, but it's okay that you don't know which one I am.
Playing through Kingdom Hearts 2, I did not care. I just wanted them all dead.
Wow.
I wanted them all dead. So
I was
finish
very
the game.
sad, and nobody can see it, but my husband is up there. There is an amazing bead art.
I love how you just like threw me for a loop when I guessed it wrong. You're like, yeah, that's the right one. And I was just like, sweet. And then I get there and I was like, where's the cards? You're like, I lied to you. And I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, I was like, I'm going to be Gay Gambit. That's exactly who I'm going to be. Yeah, Luxord.
I said Zigbar, right?
Yep, you said Zigbar, which a lot of people are Zigbar because he's cool and he's a popular one because he's actually important to the story.
Yeah, but you just love Beauty and the Beast.
I like Beauty and the Beast and I like
Zalden,
Zalden, and I wanted to be Zalden, damn it.
I
don't know what other ones I have in here. This is the cosplay closet. I'll just open
off
that up.
camera. Alright, we're doing this.
There you go. It's open.
Right, now I gotta reset up, so just hope you like that. No, it's fucking dope.
That's where all the costumes hang out.
That's so dope.
There's a few of them.
That's right.
A lot of red in there. Let's see.
Yeah, there's a lot of red and a lot of pink. I don't want to move too far off angle, but Jesus.
That's okay.
Wait, is your dress from, what you call it still in there? Game of Thrones?
Yeah, she's right here.
Because I remember you've only worn that a few times.
Right here. I wear it to the Ren Fair a lot.
Oh, okay.
Every time I go to the Ren Fair, I wear it, so...
I remember we were leaving the mall from trivia night, and you just had this beautiful gown on. Everybody's just like,
I know. That's because that was Game of Thrones trivia night.
Yep.
I have that still. There's a few other ones in there. They do kind of extend into the closet now, but
that was the night you got to pay off Gambit. You were really happy about that. Was it the night, or you were almost done? Right? You were paying off a Gambit.
Oh no, that was where I bought Supergirl.
I
bought the Supergirl figure. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of gift cards and I paid like $40 for her total.
Awesome.
It was cool.
Awesome.
She's over in the other room.
So, we're going to go into a big question and then we're going to go back to fun stuff. So,
okay.
You're probably one of the biggest Superman fans that I've known.
I am.
Why the Man of Steel? Or is it Superman or is it Clark or is it both?
Well, you have to appreciate both, I guess.
Right.
I've liked Superman ever since the Bruce Timm cartoon, Superman the Animated Series, was out.
The one we all were exposed to.
Well, we all knew that was off of the WB, because that was like the thing to watch, because I used to come home and watch the Spider-Man cartoon and the X-Men cartoon, and then I would miss it because I lived in the middle of nowhere and the bus ride was really long, and so... Right. I would usually miss it a lot. So then, like, Saturday mornings were Superman and Batman. And I don't know why I started liking Superman a lot, but I was just like, I really like Superman. I really like him a lot. And then I just started really getting into it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, Superman's so OP, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
he is a god.
He is a god, yes. And I understand you don't have to like certain characters. It's totally fine. But I just like Superman because there's... I don't even know.
Let me ask you this question, because a lot of people were pissed off about Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Did you care when Superman died? Because I didn't.
I actually never watched the movie.
Oh, you haven't?
I have not watched the movie. I have it.
Yeah.
It's still wrapped in the plastic.
Oh my god. Are you going to, or you don't care?
I don't actually care. I got it on Black Friday.
Yeah.
My thing is like, I really liked Man of Steel. There's some people who didn't like Man of Steel, which
is too Batman-y. But that's
Man
of
Steel.
Yeah,
which is fine. Like I said, everybody has their own opinion of movies, and if you can like a movie, and you don't have to explain, like you can say this is why I like it, and if somebody else is like, I didn't like that movie, that's also okay too.
Right.
As a Superman fan, I liked Man of Steel because it crushed a lot of really good Superman lore into one movie. And if you're like one of like...
See, I don't know any of the lore.
So like...
I know it's Rogues Gallery, but...
Like in, like in the beginning where he's like the first Kryptonian actually born on Krypton, that was actually one of the original origins of his... Actually, his true original origin was he wasn't even born on Krypton. Jor-El and Lara actually just put part of their DNA into the birthing matrix, and the birthing matrix itself was sent to Earth, and that's where he was born on Earth because he formed during the flight and all that jazz. So it's really cool, like the difference of how General Zod is in that, as opposed to like the original movies, like with Christopher Reeve, you know, like kneel before Zod.
I love that Zod.
I love that Zod too, but like this Zod was like way more comic booky, way more like, and then like in a way you're almost rooting for Zod because you're like, he's just doing what he wanted to do to protect Krypton and its people.
Yeah.
Even though Krypton was a whole bunch of douchebags. But in the comics now, you find out that like the Green Lanterns allowed Krypton to be destroyed. There's actually like a hit out on Krypton because they were like, oh!
Yeah, but they're just people without a yellow sun, right?
Well, they knew though. They were like, if those guys get in touch with the yellow sun, we're going to be screwed.
Okay,
so kind of like one of those deals.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Right.
It's kind of funny because you have to be amazed at the fact that he was raised by two of the nicest people on the planet.
Yeah.
And that's why he is
who he is.
One of the nicest superheroes.
It's really cool, like, when you watch Justice League Unlimited and you fight Darkseid, and he's like, I feel like I live in a world made of cardboard. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's Superman.
Yeah, he's literally holding back. Well, that's why I like, if you've ever watched the cartoon Superman versus the Elite.
I have not. Oh, yeah, I've seen little clips of that.
Where I actually joke around because the guy that does the voice of Superman in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon is George Newbern, and he also did the voice of Sephiroth, and I'm like, I just want to see Superman be Sephiroth. Like, it would be really funny. In that cartoon, he actually does. Like, George Newbern gets to do, like, I'm evil, crazy Superman, because he's just like, I get it. Like, Superman is trying to argue with these groups called the Elite of being like, no, there's a better way. You don't just kill your bad guys. There's a better way to negotiate things and stuff like that. And then he ended up playing on their level and it essentially pretending to destroy them all. And he's just like, you don't.
Yeah, cold gas hits him with 15 suns to the face and he takes it.
And he's just.
Yeah. Oof. Oh, that's awesome.
And it's just like, yeah, it's pretty cool. That's why I like Man of Steel, because there's that whole, like, control he has to have, like, because he can listen to everything all at once, or he can literally listen to one thing at once.
You really see what Clark goes through in the Man of Steel.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a different perspective. It is a darker perspective, because those DC movies are dark.
Yeah.
They're dark, which is weird, and I don't know why. But yeah, they smashed too many storylines into Batman versus Superman. Yeah. That was kind of one of the reasons why I didn't want to watch it. I was just like, oh, cool, we're doing Death of Superman, Wrath of Gog with the Kryptonite Spear.
And the winds get shot again.
And then, like, Dark Knight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, cool, let's stick to one storyline. Right. They were trying to catch up with the Marvel movies, but that's not going to happen because those are good.
Those are good. Okay, since we're still on the Superman thing. How does he shave?
Oh, how does he shave?
Because everyone asked this question.
Actually, it was funny because in the Superman the Animated Series, they showed him shaving one time where he actually looks in the mirror and he uses his heat vision to shear his facial hair off. So I believe it's in the comics. He also does something very similar.
Okay.
Or he uses like a piece of the crystal that he uses to build. Yeah.
Yeah, because Henry Cavill just has a beard in that movie.
Yeah. Well, he can still shave. Like, hair is still a thing. Like, when he came back from the dead in the comic books, he had like a long, beautiful, flowing mullet. Yeah. So, because 90s.
That Kryptonian hair, man, it's tough.
I mean, it's not like, yeah. I don't know. The same way Ma made his unbreakable uniform, I guess.
All right. So I don't know much about the lore or the extended universe of Superman. So with all this black Superman crap happening on the internet, like they want Superman to be black now.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how much you know about any of that, or if there ever was a black Kryptonian or anything. What's your opinion on that? Do you think it's pandering? Because I love Michael B. Jordan, but I don't want him to play Superman.
I mean,
or whoever.
In the lore, there is infinite Earths,
Okay.
so there could be a black Superman. That's totally fine.
Right.
That's not my Superman, so I wouldn't watch. It has nothing to do with, like, I don't care if an actor plays a character, if they want to reboot a universe and do something different. Like, one of my favorite parts of Man of Steel is that Lawrence Fishburne was Perry White. I love Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, which is weird.
I like Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
I think he portrayed Perry White perfectly.
Right.
And in the new agey stuff, you have to understand that Superman was written in 1939.
Right.
As comic strips in newspapers. And
race relations weren't what they were.
In the 1930s, you weren't going to have a black guy be the editor of a newspaper.
Right.
So that was that.
Right.
You know, nowadays, totally could. Yeah. Obviously. But I saw a few things on it, and I'm like, okay, I'm interested to see what storyline is it. But like I said, there was an Asian Superman in the New 52 comics.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was, like... But once again, like, you've got infinite Earths. There's infinite possibilities. There could be. Like, they're doing a lot of, in the comics now, called Elseworlds.
Right.
It's, like, other interpretations of, like... This is a story that could happen. Like, Marvel does what ifs.
Right. Yeah.
So, sure. Why not? I mean...
It's just... I know, it seems pandering to me, but that's just me.
If they do it and they're rebooting the whole story of Superman just to have a black Superman, then But if they did it of, like, this is Earth 17's Superman, and I'd be like, okay. Totally believable. Because infinite Earths.
Awesome. Back to the cosplay stuff.
Cool.
What cosplay are you satisfied with right now?
Zaldin. Actually, no, that's a lie.
I thought you were gonna say Supergirl, honestly.
No, I have to fix her. She's been
used, brutalized.
I bought new fabric to make her top all over again because it's been stretched out. It's starting to give in seam lines.
Right.
So, but that comes from wearing her constantly. Right. So,
That's like one of your number ones, man.
Yeah, I have to fix her.
So, who are you satisfied with? Zelda?
No.
No?
I have to fix his hair. I have to redo his hair. I don't like his hair.
Are you satisfied with your dress? That gown is amazing.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm good with that. That one's fine. That one doesn't need to be remade. The Jedi's probably fine.
Yeah.
Too.
Is there a trench coat in there? I see a leather trench coat.
Yeah, that's Gambit's trench coat. I'm actually going to make a female Gambit, but it's left over from my Supergirl Gambit crossover.
Nice.
Matt Outlander has his eyes set on it, but you can't have it, Matthew. It's mine. You have my Sephiroth one. You can't have this one.
Okay, so here's a really fun one.
Okay.
As far as, like, stressful. Do you have more moments of, oh my god, thank god I pulled this off, or, man, I'm fucking stressed?
The stressed one.
Okay.
The man I am fucking We're allowed to curse in this?
Yeah.
That's okay. Cool. All right, cool. I mean, you just did, so I should be allowed to. More of man I'm fucking stressed, because I don't know the number of times that I have been like, yo, you want to talk about stressed? Here, I'll pull you out something right here.
Oh, goodness.
This is Power Girl. That's currently where she was in the trash, because...
Oh.
That's where she's going, and she's staying there until I can actually do it. I've taken her apart 2,500 times.
I was gonna ask you about Power Girl, but never mind.
Yeah, you could just write that trash can.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. But, she's been taken apart. I've tried to repair her. It just doesn't work out until I'm actually satisfied with a pattern or fabric that I want to use.
Right.
I'm not going to do it. So that is like I'm stressed out. Like, there's been times Mako's had to come over and, like, talk me down from throwing her away. She's not going to stop now because that's dead. That's dead to me.
Right.
She's dead to me now. So
you won't just grab any old fabric. Fabric is important to you.
Fabric is very important because it's like, is it going to work? Does it look
I mean, like,
good?
design-wise. Like
the arms are, the scuba hacks.
Yeah, like, that shit. Like, that's one thing I noticed about you. You were very, like, keen on the whatever pattern it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, like, Zaldin is the,
Yeah.
is that, like, weird Baroque,
Yeah.
Style in there. Yeah, because it ends up being, like...
A whole different thing.
A whole different level.
Right.
Like, especially, like, with Supergirl, I'm like, does it look right? Is it that? Is it worth spending my money on? Like, it has to be right. Because I've evolved from using
regular fabric.
Whatever I could find. But now the nice thing is, too, is like, Yaya Han, who is a cosplayer and a designer, has made available for us more stuff that we want to work with.
Right.
And a lot of times I feel like she's listening to what I want and then makes my stuff
She's watching this interview.
after.
She's watching this interview.
She probably is. Thank you, Yaya, though. You do make patterns that I need after I need them.
So, more stressful than sigh of relief moments.
Yes.
Definitely more true. Okay.
A lot of times, though, it's kind of like you get a sigh of relief after you're like, hey, that actually worked. Like, woo!
Right.
Like one of the biggest stressful situations, and you can ask my photographer Chris this, was when I was putting the pockets into Zaldan's trench coat, and I was just like, oh my god, okay. Because I had to cut a hole in my suit to put a pocket in.
Yeah.
Because there was no pattern to put a pocket in it.
Right.
And it was scary.
Yeah, but you're talented enough to make a pocket.
Yeah, I know, but like...
I know it is scary, though.
It was a style pocket I've never done before, so like, I've not done pockets a lot. So, and it was in a, like, pretty much done costume, so I was like, oh god, I'm gonna put this pocket in. But now we're making, now Mako's made her organization costume, so, like, I'm like, hey, wait, before we do this is what you're gonna do. So you're not as stressed.
Right.
But it was still stressful. But it was just like, haha, now I have pockets, they work. My phone fits in them.
Right. What makes you more happy? Being proud of yourself or walking on the floor and people going, oh my god, admiring you?
I don't know. Like, it depends on the situation. Like, I'll have a time where, like, I'll have a costume and it's all together and it's on, like, one of the mannequins and I'm like, wow. And I'll, like, just walk in here and be like, oh my god, I made this.
Yeah.
But then there's times where other people are like, oh, I want to see, like, I went to Nickel City Comic Con and it was Zaldan's debut and he won 3rd place. Mm-hmm. But there was this guy dressed as Rama from Final Fantasy IX and he was fantastic. He had like the huge tusky mustache and everything. I couldn't believe it.
Right.
And he's like, come here. I want to touch your fabric. I want to see you. And I'm like, really? I'm like, I'm so plain compared to you. You're a god. Like, and that's what's cool. That's what makes you go, whoa, like this is real. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So just, it's praise from both.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of crossplays. Mm-hmm. Like I've seen you. You're crazy with them.
I do a lot of men.
Yeah. Yep. What is a crossplay you want to do that you haven't done?
Well, Gambit. I'm doing a crossplay of Gambit. Okay. That's in the works. I've got like dummies set aside to make his armor. Actually.
Will you ever do Alucard?
Alucard, no. That's Mako's territory. Mako's Alucard. I'm also going to do Dracula.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That Dracula, I mean, he's sitting out there. Did you see my first 4-figure at Dracula? Pimp sitting. Literally pimp sitting.
When are you going to get a black wig and just do Superman?
Oh, actually, that's another one I want to do.
Yeah, I was like, gotta ask
I actually am also going to do a crossplay of Superboy, because he's my little muffin. Right. And Justin cosplays as Superboy, and I love him for it.
Oh yeah, Justin's great.
So I was like, I love Superboy.
Just incredible cosplay.
Yeah,
I love Justin.
He's so awesome. But I'm like, I want to do a girl version, and there's like, I have artwork in my living room that someone did that I got at Heroes and Villains Con, and it's just like a really cool crossover of Superboy, but it's a female, and I'm like, ooh, I want to do that. So I actually want to go to Heroes and Villains dressed like that character and be like, look, does this look familiar? I got inspired by your artwork.
Nice.
But yeah, I want to do that. I actually want to do a full crossover of Superman from For Tomorrow, because that is literally his hottest. Not for Tomorrow, excuse me. That's regular Superman costume. Shoot. Godfall. Superman Godfall.
Right.
It's literally his hottest costume ever. Also because Michael Turner drew all of it, so it's just like, oh, Superman. You're so handsome.
Nice.
Just wear my muscle suit under there and be like, yes. I could do it. I've got like dimple in my chin to pull it off.
How does that work with the lady parts?
The lady parts?
Like the muscle suit and the lady parts.
It's very interesting because originally when I was dressing, like doing...
Because Zeldin, you're completely flat, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, at first I was actually using a breast binder
Right.
and then having the muscle suit over it, but Mako and I found that just literally wearing a regular bra or my sports bra and then putting the muscle suit over, it actually just made, like, the pectorals sit out better. And then, like, the abs sit under, like, so my abs are actually held underneath where they're supposed to be by my boobs,
right.
so it makes it easier.
That's hilarious. So
I know it's...
Feel my pecs, and I'm just like, wait, what?
I want to feel my abs. I have abs.
That's awesome. All right, we're taking a break.
Okay.
I want to... So, we've talked about crossplays. What's your take on sexy cosplay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. I don't mind it. It's totally fine. And there's nothing wrong with... If you feel good about how you look and you want to do it up.
Right.
Totally fine. I'm not that kind of person.
Right.
And I think what really bothers me is that is the world we live in. Is that, oh, I only get Instagram followers because my titties are out or my ass is showing. And I also don't like when people, like, it's cool when people do, like, cool stuff. Like, wow, look at that half naked armor build over there. Not like, oh, look, it's sexy Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like, oh, Cruella de Vil, put some clothes on. Like, seriously? No.
What about the cliche Vampirella?
But Vampirella is drawn like that.
Right.
That's how she is.
Right.
So that I would be like, oh, there's Vampirella. Wow, power to you. You want to dress like that? Woof, go ahead. Like, damn.
I saw a sexy Stan Lee. That was fun.
Now, like, one of the people that I follow, OK Wookie, does a sexy Gandalf.
Yeah.
And I think it's hilarious. But then again, she's not like... She's literally dressed like Gandalf, has, like, the beard and everything on. She's got the long pipe, and then she'll just, like, have her leg out and have, like, beautiful tan, like, stilettos on. And I just find it's hilarious to me. And that, I think, is cool. Like, they're being funny. And she also does, like, a couple cosplay where she does Waluigi and Wario and their female versions. But they're very tasteful. They're not like, oh my god. You know what I mean? They're cool and they're fun.
So what's your take on Jessica Nigri's sexy Pokemon?
She has talent.
Yeah.
That I will give you. She is very talented. And her stuff is cool. I like it.
Her Charizard was crazy.
Like,
I don't know how you did that.
Her stuff is really, really, really neat.
Yeah.
I'm just more like, okie dokie.
Right.
Cool beans.
Right.
But, once again, she's paid to look like that.
Yeah.
So, if you got it, flaunt it.
Yeah. What's your favorite cosplayer and what drew you to them?
Who's my favorite famous cosplayer?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Favorite famous cosplayer. What drew you to them?
Oh, God.
Because you always go, I'm my favorite cosplayer. Which is the greatest answer ever. But.
Like, famous... Okay,
So who drew you to your favorite cosplayer? Like, who do you like?
It's really weird because, like...
Because there's a list, I'm sure.
There's a list, but, like, a lot of times, like I said, OK Wookie, who's a bigger cosplayer.
Yeah.
I met down at Katsucon, and she was dressed like Captain Morgan, which was awesome. She's handing
like the drink?
Yeah, she's handing out booze and stuff. She's awesome. She's awesome. And she's talented and does a lot of cool stuff all the time. I like her. I met her as Big Barda, and her and I talked for a while.
Right.
I like Maul of Maul cosplay.
Right.
He everybody obviously knows him as the Witcher.
Okay.
He's the Witcher, literally. Is the freaking model of the character from the video game.
Really?
He's also awesome. Scorpion, by the way.
That's still...
If you see those pictures, advertising for Mortal Kombat, that's actually not CG, that's just him.
Oh, okay. Because I remember Nigri was the spokesperson for Lollipop Chainsaw.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
But he is a stuntman too. Oh, you might have seen the fan video we were watching when we went to the SU thing.
Yeah.
That's Maul as Darth Maul.
I didn't know that.
Hence the name Maul.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a fucking badass in that.
Yeah, he's cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how he got a job as a stuntman and stuff. Like, I mean, he's so cool, right? But yeah, he's cool.
Cool.
I like him. I like Joshua Hart because he's just amazing with his ridiculous, beautiful gowns.
That guy, I was hoping you'd bring him up.
He's
Yeah.
like, wow.
Right.
And he just pulls off all those characters so well. I'm like, I don't even know who this is, but you're gorgeous. And his Link, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He does Link like, yep, that's Link. He's Link. Be Link.
How do you stay away from the cosplay trolls?
The
Like,
cosplay trolls.
There's always like purists, like negative purists in every kind
Because
of
everybody's just jerks and they're
Yeah.
out there to be a jerk. Is that what we're asking?
Yeah. How do you stay away from
How do
that?
I stay away from them?
Yeah.
I've never actually had anybody troll me as a cosplayer.
Oh, they never said, oh, your lighting is all wrong or whatever.
Oh, well, yeah, there was that one bitch at Retro Game Con. I don't know who she was, but she was the bitch that was dressed like Oddish, and I didn't know what she was, and I will forever always despise her. Because she told
I mean that.
No,
Okay.
it's okay. Let me rip into it.
Please.
I wasn't the only one that she
Hey,
talked smack about their cosplays to.
Yeah.
Like, literally, what she said to me made me want to take Gabriel Belmont off and throw him away and never work on him again. Instead, 2 years later, I brought him back with a vengeance and, like, 2 years of leveled up cosplay, like, talent.
Right.
And I made him anew. And I still want to upgrade and do parts over again because I'm like, yeah, I want to kind of tinker with him a little bit more. But she literally was just like, oh, what kind of fabric was this? Oh, I'm like, oh, it was literally a roll of fabric I got at a yard sale. Like,
Right.
score. And she's like, oh, it's crappy polyester, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm made of money.
Right.
You know, and then, like, I made a corset, which is literally, like, one of the highest, hardest things to make.
Yeah.
And I used plastic boning because plastic boning.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, use that crappy plastic stuff from Joann Fabrics. I talked to people who make actual corsets at that con.
Yeah.
And they were like, there's nothing wrong with using plastic boning.
Yeah.
You can accidentally sew over it and your machine needle will go through it and you won't destroy it. They're like, we use plastic boning too because you can still move in it. You can still bend to a certain extent. I'm like, cool. They're like, yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, you're never going to use steel boning. That's just silly. Right. And it was just offensive, you know, like, she's like, oh, I can see your lines. I'm like, well, of course you can see my lines. They're oversew lines. You're supposed to see them. Like, oh, right. You could see your lines on Zalden because I did it on purpose because they're top-stitched lines because I wanted you to see them. But yeah, go.
Favorite cosplay moment?
My favorite cosplay moment?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No?
I don't know.
Can you give me one?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. One thing I've always said is my life changed when I put the mask on. How was that for you when you put like your whatever on?
When I put my cape on?
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. For that time being, I forget that I have anxiety and I live in a different world. Because I kind of feed off of other people's
energy,
positive energy or negative energy. Yeah. That's the problem with being an empath too. You kind of feed off of energies, and seeing everybody happy and excited in their costumes.
Nothing was funner than the hockey game. It was me, Rob, and you.
And
Piplup.
And him as Piplup, and me as Black Cat. That was like so one of the last times I wore Black Cat.
Yeah.
Mhm. And there was a kissing booth with puppies.
That was awesome.
Yeah, dressed like Batman and Robin.
Yep. And I was only cosplaying for like a week.
It was awesome.
And we just got invited to a hockey game.
Yeah, Rob was like, do you want to go to a hockey game where you can dress in our costumes? And I'm like, duh, let's go. It's very funny.
What cosplay are you surprised that people took to?
That damn Jedi Barbie. That stupid Jedi Barbie. Like, I despise her. I literally made her from my Princess Peach costume, which no one saw because it was absolute trash. It was like the first real cosplay I made, and it was like lines were like just awful. And I didn't even make it like having an actual table. I was sewing it on an ottoman. Like, that's how bad it was. And so I took it apart and I made Jedi Barbie, and I originally was like, I'm gonna make this pink Jedi costume and try to sell it for like a breast cancer thing because I thought it would be cool. Like, haha, I'll sell this pink costume, blah, blah, blah. And then I wore it to advertise it, and then everyone's like,
Keeps that shit.
I love it! You can't get rid of it! And then my other friend was like, oh god, her name escapes me, but she is going to do a pink Kylo Ren.
Oh my god.
She's going to be my Kylo Ken.
You broke me in that cosplay.
Yep. I broke a lot of people because I stayed in character the whole time.
Mattel, and I just was like, I'm not here anymore. What the fuck is that?
Oh, that's my text tone. It's the dinosaur from Jurassic Park.
Oh my god. Someone's looking for you.
It's okay, they can look.
Okay.
That was pretty great.
What's your dream con to go to, and what cosplay would you wear?
Well, I'd always like to go to San Diego Comic-Con, but I'm pretty sure it's just like New York City Comic-Con, yeah. Dragon Con would probably be fun to go to. Who would I?
That's in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to go this year, but it's not gonna happen.
My dream one to bring there?
Yeah, like what would you wear if you're at your dream con?
My Mandalorian costume I want to make.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know, I just see you at San Diego Comic Con in Supergirl. Just like, I made it.
Oh, like, hello. Here I am. How's you doing?
How's you doing?
I mean, I've worn not my really good Supergirl costume, the one before at New York City Comic Con, and there was a really good Superman there, and we got stuck for about 25 minutes having people take pictures of both of us.
Me and Jordan got trapped for like 30 minutes. We could not move.
Yep. Yeah.
It's the worst.
A lot of people.
And then the Hulkbuster goes, no, I'm leaving. And we're just like, oh, shit.
Bye, Hulkbuster. Actually, I remember like a favorite cosplay moment now.
Okay, here we go.
One of my favorite cosplays, it's not even me in my cosplay, it was someone else. We were in New York City Comic Con and there was an Adam West Batman and Robin walking around and then like a super legit Bane from like the cartoon.
Yeah.
And like this guy was Diesel. Like Bara, like whoa. Big ass guy, dressed as Bane, stomped by, did a stop and about face and saw Batman, and then they had a brawl.
Oh my god.
So there was like an acted out brawl going on. The guy actually posed with Batman over his knee doing the backbreaker on him, and it was pretty amazing.
That's awesome. I love it when we're immersed.
Yeah, it was just so great. You know, they kind of like passed each other in the aisle, and then everybody around us was like, uh-oh, and Bane was just like, Batman, and we're like, oh, snap.
That's awesome. That reminds me of when I was a kid. I went to Disney World. I was 13. And me and my little cousin were walking out of the arcade, and the Spider-Man that worked there just was like running by, and he stopped, looked in the air like his spider sense went off, and then took off the other direction. And part of me is going, it's a guy in a costume. The other part is like, oh my god, there's this thing happening right now. Shit's going down. Shit is going down.
Things are real. Things are real.
It's when you're immersed. You're immersed.
Yeah, that's always good.
Like my heart was like.
You're like, oh no!
Oh my god.
Or he even I challenged a Batman because he was carrying around a dummy of Superman because it was when Batman vs. Superman was coming out. And a John Jones came up to me and he's like, what did he do? And that was amazing. And then there was a lady dressed like the maid from Family Guy. She's like, oh no, Mr. Superman. And we're just laughing. And we're like, yup, this is it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is our last question.
Okay.
Unless I think of something else. But if you could talk to yourself before the cosplay, what would you tell yourself?
If I could talk to myself?
Like...
If I could talk to myself? Like negating the fact that I already do talk to myself?
Like, okay, Christina's like, I'm gonna make that squall. And then you're like, wait, before you do that, I want you to know this much. Like, what would you tell yourself?
No, I don't know.
Really?
I've never had that kind of situation.
Like, in 10 years of all this knowledge, you would...
Oh!
What jewel would you give yourself beforehand?
Like, hey, before you do that...
Yeah, like, you're in the TARDIS. You get out of the TARDIS, you're like, wait!
Yeah.
Before you put that first sewing line, you might want to flip this shirt over or something. Like, you know. Like,
well...
What, like, random advice?
Hindsight's always 20/20.
Yeah. What would you tell yourself before you made that first stitch?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
No. Because you're always going to make a mistake and then you're always going to learn from it.
Doesn't matter. I like that.
So there's not even a point to going back. Because you'd be like, lesson will be learned. You're gonna sew that zipper upside down, and then you're gonna roll your eyes and go, great. Now where's my seam ripper at? And let me do it again. Because I already know. I got to be the person who traveled in time for Mako. Because I was like, stop! Before you sew that pocket on your coat. Are you about to sew the pocket closed? And she's like, no.
Wait, hold on, let me check.
Yes, I am.
Measure twice to cut once.
Yep. And she's like, sounds like someone did that before. Totally did. Or like, hey, just put that sleeve on inside out. Awesome. Get to do it again. Whoa.
What's your take on webcam, Nick? That's the last question.
Webcam Nick is a pain in the fanny.
Oh my god.
But it's okay. Someone has to do it.
I love you so much, Christina. Thank you so much for being a part of the Cosplay Couch.
Not a problem.
Oh my god. Is there anything you want to say to the people who love you out there? Your fans, your family, your friends, all of us? What do you want to say?
Stop it. Love is gross. Just kidding. Thanks for all the love. Sometimes I feel it. Sometimes I need it. Yeah.
I love you so very much. You want to give them a be nice to each other? Or do you want me to do it?
Be nice to each other.
Oh my god, on camera! Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was rad.
Yeah.
Huggies.
Huggies.
Oh my god.
Now I have to pee.
Alright, you do that.
I'm a pee.